Hi, I'm Carlee, and if you're new to my channel and you like what I say, please subscribe and hit the like button, or comment and leave me a message or email me at holdenrelease@gmail for any topics you would like to hear more about, any advice. You can tell me what's going on and I'll make a video and answer your questions the best I can. And for today, I want to talk a little bit about what's been going on in the world and my thoughts about different political parties. We have the Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, and Justin Baldini case, and politics, liberals, Democrats, Republicans. I want to just touch a bit on controversy and two sides and speak a little bit about what goes on when there's a difference of opinion, or there's struggle, or there's fighting. From my trauma background, share something I heard recently that is really profound. I was listening to a podcast with Lewis Howes and David Guillaume, and David Guillaume and I both studied the Kabbalah growing up, and I like the way he says it. I haven't heard it this way before. He says we are all vessels and we are holding energy. So our bodies, if you want to look at it that way, we're like these cups, and it's like, how much can we hold? And there's no good or bad or right or wrong. It's how much can we hold? And if we can't hold something before we're ready for it, it backfires. Or if our intention isn't for service, it backfires. And why I want to share this, when we look at the news, I'm not, being a mom and working, I don't always follow politics or in the news or what's going on, but I have been more lately as I put myself out there and talk about things. It's important. And so when I watch any kind of struggle in the world, and it's been there since the beginning of time, I like this thought of we are vessels, and I made a video even recently about it's all about how much we believe in ourselves. And so God, the source, the creator, whatever your spiritual religious views are, it's how much of that energy from the divine can you really hold? Giving and receiving. So let's talk about that for a moment. When we as humans give from a place of need, that's when I see things backfire. And when we give from a place of service, what do people need to hear? That's when balance and, like David Guillaume says, our vessel can hold more. And receiving, as much as we give, we also have to receive. God wants us to give and receive equally. So I've even noticed for me on my journey, I've had to learn how to receive more, because for me, I had a trauma pattern of a lot of love also meant a lot of pain or betrayal, or it goes away. And a lot of us have this. We all have something, right? We all have our trauma patterns. And so this might ring true for many of us. This is a common one. So, and even as I say that, I can start to feel my throat get a bit tight. That's something I've worked on, getting more into receiving, and it's safe to have my voice and speak my truth. From my background, it hasn't always been that way, and it is now. And so when we're giving for service, not to get, but to give, and we're receiving the love that God wants to give us back and from others, then our vessel can hold more energy. I just love the way he says that. It just keeps things very simple. So when you meditate or when you do self-contemplation, ask yourself, how much can I hold of believing in myself and that? And if I use the word God and you want to use creator or source, please replace that word so I don't throw you off in any way, because I know we all have our words that resonate with us. How much love from the divine can I hold? That's really the question. And I had something interesting happen the other day. I started this YouTube channel, podcast, and any of my platforms, I think about 4 or 5 years ago, right when COVID was starting. I also got pregnant, had a baby that year. So I wasn't really following my followers. I was just trying to make content and give and help. And recently in my meditations, I've been hearing appreciate, which is receiving, how many followers. It doesn't matter if it's 5 or 5 million. That's what I keep hearing. It doesn't matter if you have 5 likes or 5 followers or 5 million. What matters is, sorry, my computer just went to froze. What matters is receiving that you have people that are following you. That's what I'm hearing. And how grateful I am on wherever you're listening to me, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, a podcast or Facebook, how grateful I am to have, I don't even know, it's 500 and up on different platforms. On YouTube, it's over 1,000. Instagram is right around a little under 500. Facebook, it's like over 700. I have an email list. Like, thank you, if you're listening to this, to all of you that have chosen to hear me and to receive that. Like, I never really spent time saying, wow, that's cool. I went from probably 1 follower to that. I'm saying this because I didn't appreciate and receive 4 years ago when it was happening, because I don't think I knew how. Yes, I was busy doing other things and having kids and creating an online program and publishing books. So I was busy. So in one way it was positive. I wasn't paying attention to that. But in another way, it was negative because I wasn't receiving what God was giving me. That there are people out there that are liking what I say and are following me. That's huge. Thank you. I'm saying thank you to all of you. I'm sorry it's taken me 4 years to say thank you, and I receive you and I feel your love on the other side. And why I'm sharing this is because I want you to all take a moment to think of the times in your life. Because I said this to my husband last night, and as I said it, I got hot. I felt a lot of heat in my body. Back to my point about the vessel. My vessel, I could tell, was expanding. It was growing. I'm learning to hold more. So we can only attract in abundance or love or good when our vessel can hold it. Otherwise, it backfires. So it's a blessing if things aren't. Let's say the ego goes, oh, I want to be really well known, for anybody out there, that's wanting to put themselves out there. And mine has done that, it's like, oh, how do I get out there more? But no, it's how do I create a vessel that can hold the right amount of energy so that I can stay in balance and give and receive with God, with the Creator, in the right way. So I know I've gone in a big circle here. So back to politics or even celebrities and the chaos we see. Look at it that way. When there's a fight, and from my perspective of working with trauma and being a spiritual coach and trauma release practitioner, I see even with the Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, Justin Baldini case, they are all drawing in whatever it is they need to learn and heal in their childhood trauma patterns, in their soul's incarnation of why they're here. I like looking at it that way. Your soul is here to learn something, and that's why we pick the families we do to learn the lessons we need. So it's two things, right? We have these family patterns. If a parent was a big yeller and angry, well, then the kid may turn out to be yelling and angry unless they heal that pattern. And it's also the soul coming in to heal that root pattern and learn that lesson. So that's why you pick that family. I think that's such a healing point. I love that. I've been hearing that for a while. It's like, oh, we pick these families. We pick this chaos because it's the only way we can learn and grow. Without that contrast, without that pain, without the opposite of what we want to become, how would we ever know? How would we appreciate day without night? So it's important to remember that. And so if you try to look at any chaos in the world, or problems, or fights, or different political parties, always look for truth. That's one thing I really want to say. Look for truth. Truth does set you free, and the truth will always be revealed. Light always shows. But also understand that everybody is working out their own trauma patterns. Their vessels are either expanding with light or they're exploding in darkness. And either way, it's okay, because it's what we need to learn. And if we were in anybody else's shoes going through what they were going through, we would probably be doing the same thing. Then we have free will. We have a choice to either change or stay the same. But before we have that choice, that's how we can build compassion and understanding, is that we, as humans, we only know what we know, right? So if you put yourself in somebody else's shoes that you may not like or agree with, you would be doing the same thing. And then that's That's what keeps us out of judgment. And then on the other hand, it's not okay to keep doing it. That's when you want to go ahead and make your positive changes or speak truth so that people have an opportunity to change. So it doesn't mean to not speak up, and it doesn't mean to stay silent. It means to understand so that you're not getting infuriated. I hope that helps in all aspects of your life or relationships. And I hope this is making sense. So in life, you're this vessel, and watch your reactions. Send love that all people wake up and learn their lesson so that their vessel, your soul, your body, your soul in your body is how I look at it, can expand with more love and light and honesty and what's fair and kind treatment. And that's why, I love it when I hear people out there speaking their truth and speaking up. And that's why I'm doing it too, because if one bit of light touches somebody else's light and helps them expand, then it's worth it, and nobody wants to be in the dark. It doesn't feel good. However, the pain and the dark are here to wake us up. So that's really what I wanted to say today. I hope that all made sense. And please, again, if you have any other suggestions or topics you want to hear more on, or you have an example of something you're going through, feel free to leave me a comment or, like I said, an email, and I will make another video and tell you what I would do if I were in your shoes. Thanks again for being here. Please like or subscribe or share any videos that you think might help somebody else. See you next time.